Danye Sri Bahadra Vasamahanya Sawasidi Hu Pakya Kekuda Dagilu Pakya Kesunda Dagina Pakya Ketudan Dagi Danya Mechitu Jingilo Makya Kekudan Dagilu Makya Kesudan Dagina Makya Ketudan Dagi Danya Mechitu Jingilo Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakya Munye Soha Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakya Munye Soha Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakya Munye Soha Om Maitreya Maitreya Maha Maitreya Arya Maitreya Soha Om Maitreya Maitreya Maha Maitreya Arya Maitreya Soha Om Ahum Karuna Karuna Maha Karuna Arya Karunaye Soha Om Ahum Karuna Karuna Maha Karuna Arya Karunaye Soha. Okay, good afternoon. Bon Pomeriggio. So that was very nice. Babel doing Making Peace with the Environment. That's wonderful, yeah. I'm glad many people's coming to that as well, yeah. So then we're using our time this week in the best way, you know, doing self-healing, making peace with the environment, Trulko. How nice, yeah? What a lovely week, what a lovely holiday in Albagnano, okay? Okay, so today we're going to do Amithaba, yeah, okay? Throat chakra, yeah? So let me tell you something about Supreme Healer Amithaba, then we will make a pause, and we will do some Trulko with Thomas, okay? The Amithaba Trulko, and then we'll do the practice and with the Lama Gangchen. Then we'll make a pause and do some mantra recitation and visualization, okay? 1 second. Okay, so, here you can see quite clearly above me, here is Supreme Healer Amithaba. Yeah, or Upagme in Tibetan. His name means infinite light, yeah, okay? He is the Lord of the Lotus Buddha family of the West, yeah? So, for example, yeah, let's have a look. In the center of our temple, no? Next to the crystal pillar, we have the self-healing mandala. So you can see blue, that means blue, Akshobhya in the east, Ratnasambhava, south. Yellow, then west, red is Amithaba, Lotus family, yeah? And then green is Amoghasiddhi, Vajra family, no? Okay? No, what's it? Yeah, no, sorry. Sorry, Vajra, hang on. Anyway. Bell family of Amoghasiddhi, yeah, okay? Anyway, so we're focusing on that, the western side, red Amithaba, yeah, okay? So, Amithaba is one of the most popular Buddhas, actually, in like East Asian Buddhism, like Chinese, Japanese, Mahayana Buddhism, like the two main Buddhas are Amithaba and Medicine Buddha, okay, yeah? So very, 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 very important Amithaba, yeah? So a lot of like, of the millions and millions of people who practice Buddhism in China and Japan, their main thing actually is devotion. Many of them, the main thing is devotion to Supreme Healer Amithaba, that at the moment of death they will go to Sukhavati, the land of bliss, the pure land of Amithaba, yeah, okay? You know, yeah. Yeah, so, okay, so, how to say, yeah? So in the Sukhavati Pure Land, yeah, they say that the conditions for getting enlightened are much more favorable than here, yeah? yeah? Okay, because everything is like super easy, like, you know, you get the energy of food and drink naturally. Everything you need is there. You don't need to go out to work or anything, so you can spend all your time having a good time meditating in Amithaba Pure Land, yeah? So anyway, so many East Asian Buddhists wish to go to Sukhavati, yeah? Okay? Okay, then the mudra of Amithaba, left is like this, meditation mudra, then the right hand also in the meditation mudra with the two thumbs touching. So the two thumbs touch together at the level of your navel, and the fingers are like slightly below, yeah, okay? So this is called the dhyana, or concentration or meditation mudra, okay, yeah? So the idea of Amithaba is like now we have like, everybody wants to be happy, yeah, but most, like 99.99% of us, we think that if we could just adjust something in the outer world, we would be happy, yeah? If only I could have like whatever nice thing, I would be happy, right, yeah? So every time we experience something pleasant, yeah, then we develop grasping towards it, yeah? Develop desire, I want it, yeah, okay, yeah? And then this is how, you know, we know it. The human life is like that, never satisfied. I want this, I want that. If only I had that, maybe I would be happy. And people's lives go by like this, isn't it? Always it's like the end of the rainbow you can never reach, yeah? This illusory happiness, yeah, okay? So Amithaba is saying we need to actually look inside ourselves to find our inner light, our happiness, yeah? Rather than always just thinking outside, yeah, okay? So we need to, Lama Gangchen said we need to change the position of our mind. So we need to look inside, yeah? Rather than looking outwards, yeah? So this is the message of the gesture of meditation of Supreme Healer Amithaba, okay? Yeah? Amithaba, yeah? His special animal is a peacock, yeah? So each one of the Dhyani Buddhas has a special animal. So Amoghasiddhi has a Garuda, Ratnasambhava has a horse. Actually, I forgot to say yesterday, Amoghasiddhi has a lion, yeah? Amithaba has a peacock, yeah, okay? Why does Amithaba have a peacock? Well, in Indian mythology, there's a belief that, there's male peacocks, they have that beautiful tail, right, okay, yeah? With the eyes, yeah? So according to Indian ideas, yeah, the tail of the peacock is like a kind of alchemy. So the more poison that the peacock eats and transforms, the bigger are the eyes of the peacock feathers, is what is believed, yeah, okay? So anyway, so I said, I didn't actually believe this, so I checked it up, but they do eat things like, they're omnivores, they eat everything, but they also do eat poisonous insects and scorpions and stuff, so that's probably where this myth comes from, okay? So anyway, for us it's a symbol of the bodhisattva, that a bodhisattva should not totally reject the life, That not reject the life means that if somebody has a problem, we should help them, okay? We should not reject, difficult situation, yeah? So a bodhisattva will wade into the swamp of samsara, yeah, and anyway, whoever has a difficulty, they will try and help, We have many vows along these lines, like the person who has the worst problem, they're the one we should help first, and so on, okay? So this is like this Amithaba energy. That's the idea of the peacock, yeah? The brave peacock, yeah, is always going into helping people with difficult situation, yeah? Like Lama Gangchen, okay? He was always doing that, yeah? Always healing people in the most difficulty, okay? Yeah? Yeah? Anyway. So that's why, okay? Yeah? Actually, peacocks, I don't know if you've ever been close to a peacock, but at 6 o'clock in the morning, they go like, and they can also fly a bit, maybe up to there. So they're actually a bit of a nuisance having peacocks, yeah? They're big, noisy, yeah? Anyway, this is the symbol of Amithaba. Many times we've done retreats in places with peacocks, yeah, and I don't know, they chase you and all sorts. But anyway, so it's the symbol of Amithaba, yeah, the peacock bird, yeah, okay, yeah. So it's a symbol that the bodhisattva becomes immune from poison or contamination through the practice of bodhicitta, the two bodhicittas, yeah, okay, yeah. So I don't know if you can see here, we usually have these vases. Don't know if you've got any here. There, see where Lama Michelle's sitting, this vase, it's got this sprinkler thing, yeah? Can you see? With the peacock feathers, yeah? Yeah, this one, yeah? Okay. Thanks, yeah? So we do a lot, thanks Guilherme. So we do a lot of this, the ritual, like sprinkling like this. So it's the idea of this pure, or like this, this is like purification with the peacock feathers, yeah? Transforming negative into positive, yeah? Okay, so anyway, so Amithaba, yeah, Upame, limitless light, is the head of the lotus Buddha family, yeah? And actually there's lots and lots and lots of Buddhas in there. Like I said, it doesn't depend on the color, they're not all red, but for example, many different forms of chnnels, of which there's many, are in the Amithaba family, yeah? Also Tara, Buddha Tara, who's green, is in the Amithaba family, yeah, okay? Yeah, I know she's also over there, it's complicated, but anyway, yeah? Yeah. Then Kurukulis and the Amithaba family. Oh, many, Zambala, Hayagriva, Singanada. There's a huge list of like healing practices related to the Amithaba family, okay? Yeah? So if you've ever actually seen a lotus, yeah? So one friend of ours in Brazil, she has a lotus lake, yeah? So we had a good look at lotuses. So you have to put the seed, which is about like that big, yeah? Or maybe that big. We put it in the bottom of the dirty swamp, and then it kind of grows up, yeah? And it grows up through the mud, and then finally the stalk grows about this much above the water, then it blossoms, yeah? Yeah, so that's why it's always been used as a symbol of spiritual development, that in the swamp of our emotions and so on, okay, we have the Buddha nature, and if we give it the right conditions, it will break out of samsara, yeah, okay? Yeah, and our new, higher, beautiful self will appear, yeah, okay? So anyway, so this lotus family, yeah, okay? It's related to desire, passion, the fire element, yeah, okay? Like the, Babal's just guided to make a piece of the environment, yeah? So you can see here is what she called Pandaravasini, the great fire mother, together with Amithaba, yeah, okay? Because fire and desire go together, no? Yeah, okay? Yeah? So what we need is, instead of for our passion to become compassion, okay? Not here, okay? Yeah? So, I mean, there are some, we're very much bound by desire. This is called the desire realm where we live, yeah? There's many attractive things that we get fixated on, yeah? Yeah. So, how to say, Lama Gangchen said what we need is to, okay, yeah? There are positive desires, so we need to put our energy into those, you know? So, for example, the desire, I don't know, to do good, to help the others, to get enlightened. There's many positive desires, yeah? Desires that are not just self-centered, you know, if they're focused on the others, it's positive, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, so Lama Gangchen used to explain the discriminating wisdom of Amithaba like this. He used to say, you know, like in modern cities, yeah? Now we have all kinds of fence and security system and camera and all sorts, yeah, okay? Why? Because we're afraid. We're always thinking, who's my friend, who's my enemy, yeah? But then he says, okay, so we go in our building and we have like a key security thing on the door and a steel door and this and that and a camera, and we go and lock ourselves in, and then actually we lock ourselves in with our enemy, which is us. So it's, you know, we have to understand the enemy is not somebody else, no? Yeah, we have to stop projecting this thing of the enemy on the others. We have to let the others in peace, yeah? When we see somebody else, we should try and be kind to them, you know? Yeah, the path of Mahayana Buddhism is whoever you meet to have some empathy, yeah? Doesn't matter whether you know them or not, but anyway, some warm human feelings, some basic human kindness, okay? So when we say, who is my friend, who is my enemy, what we mean is inside of me, you know? What things are bad for me, my habits, yeah? And what things are my friend, are good for me, you know? So if we examine our own behavior, no, undoubtedly, many of the things that we like and habitually do are not good for us, yeah? But anyway, yeah? This is our personal samsara, yeah? Okay, so that's what we have to deal with, yeah? Okay, yeah? Yeah? I know I shouldn't do it, but, yeah, I do, yeah? Okay. I eat too much chocolate, I eat too much chili, I smoke cigarette, I do this, I do that, you know, I don't exercise, whatever it is, you know, whatever is your habit, yeah? Okay? And I know it's bad for me, but I do it anyway, yeah? So we have to recognize that this is not my friend, yeah? Okay, yeah? And we have to think, what could be my friend? Okay, better diet, don't smoke, don't so much. Remember, she never said don't, he said reduce, you know? Like less smoking, less drinking, less chili. It depends what's your vice, let's say. But whatever is your vice, yeah? Shopping, chili, shoes, I don't know, whatever it is, yeah? Yeah? Less, yeah? Yeah? Then slowly less, yeah? Yeah, okay. So we need to develop the wisdom of discrimination. Is this good for me? Is this or not? Yeah. Is this my friend or is this my enemy? Yeah. Okay. So Amithaba, of course, there's many levels of knowing what's my friend and what's my enemy. Yeah. So on, let's say, the higher level, the Amithaba energy is about speech and spreading positive information. Yeah. Okay. Like good news. Yeah. So if we want to manifest the Amithaba energy, well, first thing is, of course, we need to use our speech in a good way, So we should always say peaceful words, positive words, words that bring people together, And we shouldn't do the opposite, We shouldn't gossip about people. We should not say negative things. We should not divide people. We should not swear. Yeah, we need to use the speech in a positive way. Yeah, okay. And then also, slowly, yeah, in the self-healing, in NgalSo's Tantric self-healing, it says we should slowly listen to, understand, and integrate, meditate on the practices of Sutra and Tantra. So Sutra is the Buddhist philosophy, okay, very vast subject actually, yeah. But if to put in a short way, we need to definitely emerge from our personal samsara. We need to open our hearts, yeah. We need to extend our circle of caring. We need to gradually develop love, empathy, and bodhicitta. And we need to understand how things exist and how they don't, because now we're kind of hallucinating reality. And we need to understand everything's interconnected. So everything we do and say and think, it matters, yeah, okay? It has an effect, yeah, okay? So we need to gradually understand the sutra teachings, very beautiful, yeah? And also put together in our mind with the different tantra teachings, yeah? So if we do NgalSo Tantric self-healing and make a peaceful environment, like Babel was just doing, actually it's like opening the doors to many, for example, here you can see 100 mandalas. So from one practice, self-healing, the door is open to 100 different practices. Yeah, okay, maybe a little more you need to learn, but basically the idea, you will get how to do them, yeah? So it's very important practice, yeah? So the first is, we need to practice the Dharma, yeah? Listen to, think about and practice it ourselves. And then we need to share that and all kinds of positive information, yeah? Okay, that's the Amithaba energy, yeah? Using your speech in a good way, okay? Yeah, yeah? So that's what we're trying to develop, yeah? Okay? Okay, so... And, okay, so we have 5... what do you call them? 5 aggregates in the ancient Indian way of dividing the human body and mind. Form, which is Vairocana. Then we have the other 4 dhyani Buddhas, which are the other 4 aggregates, like Amoghasiddhi's samskara, compositional factors, yeah. Ratnasambhava is feeling, yeah. Supreme Healer Ikshobhya is consciousness, and Supreme Healer Amithaba is discrimination. So that's why it's what's my friend, what's my enemy? Trying to understand, discriminate between what's helpful and what's not helpful, okay? Yeah. Anyway, so like this, yeah? So, so with all these practices, I think rather than, okay, now I've only talked half an hour, but I think it's most important is to do it, yeah? Okay? Yeah? So, okay, so they asked me to do like this, yeah, because of the way that the streaming is done, yeah, okay. So maybe now we take take a 5-minute break, yeah. Then they will reset the streaming thing, yeah, okay. And then we'll come back and what we'll do is what's called the Trilko, yeah, of Amithaba together with Thomas, and then we'll put on the screen, we'll follow Lama Gangchen, yeah, okay, yeah. So the trulko is like some kind of energy to open. I mean, okay, we can just meditate, of course, but very nice, yeah. But these movements, somehow they make it easier to meditate, yeah. That's the point of doing it. It's not to make us more thin or more beautiful or anything like that. The point is for our energy to work better in those chakras, yeah. So we have a series of movements related to each chakra, yeah. So, okay, are there any questions about Amithaba? No? Okay. When you see the sunset, yeah, red sunset, you think of Amithaba, yeah? Okay. And for all these practices, you know, like Amithaba, school type of practice, you should face west, yeah? Okay. Actually, we should face in the direction of each Dhyani Buddha, but mostly people don't. But many people, they face west because Amithaba family, there's a lot of Buddhas, yeah, very popular ones, okay? Okay. And somehow when the sun goes down, because of the way of our biorhythms, it's more easy to meditate, to go inside and find your inner light, okay? So anyway, so many, the words, they point to something beyond words, so we need to practice it, okay? So now, okay, let's take a little break for a few minutes, like, I don't know, to like 5 minutes or something, yeah? Then we come back and we do the trulko, okay? Yeah? Okay. Nimo dele sendele nime kuya dele shin nin senta tu dele pel concho sungi jingi lo concho sungi nudru so concho sungi hitashi sho. All'alba, al tramonto, di notte, durante il giorno, possono tre gioeli concedersi loro benedizioni, possono aiutarci in ottenere tutte le realizzazioni e conservarci il sentiero della nostra vita con molti segni di bonus. At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the three jewels grant us their blessings. May they help us to achieve all realizations and sprinkle the path of our lives with various signs of auspiciousness. Okay, so let's take a 10-minute break, okay? And then we come back at 22 and we do the trulka. It's okay, isn't it? Yeah? Okay, thank you. Just so they can reset up the streaming thing again. Yeah, yeah.